Imagine, just for a second, a robot not only building our future, but quite literally giving birth to it. Sounds wild, right? It's got that sci-fi ring. But here's the kicker. A Chinese startup is actually racing to create the world's first humanoid robot that could carry a pregnancy to term. Yes, for real. I'm AlexTechFord. On this channel, I break down the latest in AI and technology so anyone can keep up with the future. Subscribe for sharp news, bold ideas, and exclusive insights into innovation and robotics.
At the 2025 World Robot Conference in Beijing, Dr. Zhang Qifeng from Guangzhou's Kaiwa Technology, plus a scientist at Nanyang Technological University, quite calmly unveiled a humanoid robot with an artificial womb inside its abdomen. Yeah, you heard right, an artificial womb. The plan? Go far beyond biobag incubators for lambs. Kaiwa's robot aims to mimic the whole arc of human gestation from conception to birth. No shortcuts. Thoughtful. What is the pregnancy robot? Here's how it's supposed to work. The robot is human-sized with a pregnancy module. That's not just a fancy glass tank. Dr. Zhang says the artificial womb is filled with synthetic amniotic fluid, feeding the fetus oxygen and nutrients through a high-tech umbilical cord. Meanwhile, the robot's sensors keep tabs on everything: heartbeat, development, even temperature and humidity, all set to womb-like perfection. Fertilization, though? That part's a bit blurry. The team isn't telling anyone exactly where the eggs or sperm come from or how they'll implant an embryo in the robot. It's dodgy, and that's only stirring the ethical debate even more. About the tech itself, Dr. Zhang claims the artificial womb is mature tech, his words, after successful animal trials. But fusing it with a humanoid robot that future parents can interact with, that's their next big step. The first working prototype is promised by 2026. Price tag, about $14,000, cheaper than some strollers out there, probably. Potential applications. That raises a big why. Why build a robot to carry a baby? It's not just about hype. Infertility rates in China have soared from 12% to 18% in little over a decade. For some, a robot surrogate could mean a shot at parenthood otherwise off limits. It's also pitched to replace complicated and expensive surrogacy. But that's not all. Scientists are eyeing the opportunity to safely observe fetal development, genetics, and pregnancy complications in controlled labs without putting human mothers at risk. It's a big deal for medical research, and if you're into the liberation angle, some see this as freeing women from the biological burden of pregnancy. There are already social media posts in China celebrating a world free of morning sickness and labor pain.
So, is everyone on board? Not even close. There's the legal minefield. Who's the parent if a robot carries your child? What rights would a baby born this way have? Guangdong officials are already drafting policies to keep up with the tech. And then there's the sourcing issue. Where exactly are the eggs and sperm coming from? You can't just order those with free next-day shipping. Bioethicists worry about what happens without maternal hormones, immune interactions, and all those subtle, irreplaceable parts of pregnancy. How do we know a robot womb baby grows up the same as one born human? Pregnancy is a crazy complex dance, not a checklist. And yep, here we go. Designer babies. If you start with robot wombs, how long until people want to tweak genetics while they're at it? It's not science fiction anymore. It's a real mess to sort out. The reaction online? On Douyin and Weibo, there's everything from horror to wild approval. Some people call it cruel and unnatural. Others say, finally, hope for infertility. And if a robot costs $14,000, do only the rich get cyborg kids? In a country fighting a population crisis, that's a big question. Let's slow down for a reality check. The big headlines sound flashy, but Kaiwa has mostly shown off concepts and promises, not live experiments or babies. But as much as the sci-fi headlines grab us, artificial womb research has real power for premature babies and families with no other options. We need to build ethical guardrails before the tech gets loose. That means strong policies, honest debate, and protections from abuse, not waiting until after the robot is in millions of homes. And honestly, this blows my mind. We're standing at a point where biology and high-tech engineering are merging. Machines might not just help us, they might one day nurture life itself. That's as unnerving as it is awe-inspiring. So here's my question. Would you trust any of this?
Would you let a robot carry your child? Or is that one boundary tech shouldn't cross? Drop your thoughts. Debate is welcome in the comments. If this video got you thinking, smash that like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay with us as AI rewrites the future.